Let's discuss compatibility issues because in today's world, trying to find the right partner is about one of the most difficult tasks you're going to do if you're trying to get into a relationship. Okay, the world is so different today. There are so many issues, surrounding the dating world. So for you to get the right partner is sometimes really, really difficult. Now, a lot of people don't recognize the subtle signs of incompatibility, so they end up wasting their time. They end up wasting their emotions in a relationship that is not going to work at the end. So today I want to give you guys several signs to know if you're compatible with your partner. So let's go right into it. When the future looks different. Now, I'm not saying that people don't have different goals, but there is a way that two people that have different goals can come together and work harmoniously to achieve one goal. So this happens, but in a situation whereby you find that no matter how you picture it, the future is just different. You don't see how it's going to work. You try to, play different scenarios in your head on how the future is going to be, but you don't just see it. That is one way for you to know that you're not compatible with that person. Secondly, you're not on the same intellectual level. Now, this might sound really harsh, but it is a reality. When you and your partner don't reason alike, you're not on the same place intellectually. Sometimes you make a statement, and sometimes the way your partner reasons, it baffles you because you're like, how can this person even be thinking this way? And it's not like a single occurrence. This is something that happens over and over and over again. In my previous video, I always say that if you're very educated, marry somebody that is at least educated too. But in a situation whereby you marry someone that has not seen any forward, whether primary, secondary, the level of thinking can never be the same. The intellectual level can never be the same. That is why you see couples that maybe one is highly educated and the other one is not really educated. They always have problems 100% of the time. Another thing is you don't share common interests, especially maybe one is an introvert and the other is an extrovert. Not sharing common interests, like I said earlier, is not really a bad thing. But in a situation whereby one partner, for example, one partner likes to go out every time and the other partner loves to be indoors, okay? And every time you that like to be indoors, you find yourself being lonely because every single time your partner wants to spend outside. So how long are you going to agree to stay in a relationship where you feel lonely, probably 80% of the time? So you can see that there are compatibility issues, and your partner is not even willing to do anything about it because he cannot. It's not that he's a bad person, but he simply cannot be indoors. He just likes to be outside. So that is just an example. There are various other examples whereby you see yourself doing things alone, see yourself in positions you'd rather not see yourself because your partner is not there, at that moment that you really want him. That shows that you guys are not compatible. Another sign is when you don't have the same values, the same beliefs as your partner. And a lot of times this particular one causes a lot of issues in marriages, especially when two people come together. Probably they have different religion, and they have very core values that they hold on to and they are not ready to let go. So you find out that sometimes, okay, just let's say for example, somebody is with a person that is very liberal, and you as a person, you are very religious. A lot of times what you're doing might not make sense to your partner. Do you get? Because your partner is liberal, but you are very, very religious. So your partner, what you're doing doesn't make sense to your partner. He's going to criticize you. He's going to say a lot of things that hurts your belief. And because you're not ready to be liberal too, you have very core values that you hold on to, especially people that are so religious. Imagine if you're very religious and your partner is an atheist. That is a good example. And you know very well that you believe in God. God really exists. You hear him, everything. You hear him speak to you and all that. and your partner being an atheist tells you there is no God, your God does, and says a lot of things like that, over time, believe me, it's going to raise issues in your relationship, and not just once or currently. So this clearly shows that you guys are not compatible. Something else, when you find yourself always wanting your partner to change, you always wish your partner can change every single time. You're not happy with him because of things he does, and every time you just want your partner to change. You're not happy the way he is. You want something about him to change, and you want it strongly. It's a clear example that you both are not compatible. Another way that you could know is when there is no communication. Like I said earlier, when you guys are not compatible, what are you really going to talk about? Because sometimes what one person says might hurt the other person, not intentionally, but because you guys have different ways of thinking, different beliefs, different religious beliefs, different values. So you find yourself, anytime you want to have a conversation, anytime you want to communicate, it ends up in an argument. So sometimes you'd rather not communicate with your partner. And we all know that communication is one very key ingredient to keeping a good relationship, a healthy relationship. So how do you keep that kind of relationship when you cannot communicate? That is a clear sign that you guys are not compatible. When you have different levels of empathy, compassion, emotional expression, it shows that you guys are not compatible. Let's take, for example, jungle justice. Somebody sees a thief, and then without proper legal proceedings, they just come together and beat him up or probably kill him, and your partner is like, yes, it's good, let them kill him and all that. And you're like, but this person is just a child, he might be hungry and all that. So but you both don't see, don't have the same level of compassion. Something that really moves you, something that really touches you, something that really moves you does not move your partner. Your partner does not see it as important. And it's not just about something that happens outside, even internally. Okay, it's like having a partner that is emotionally unavailable. It could really affect your relationship. So that is another example to show that you're not compatible with your partner. When you have different love languages, different, probably your own is word of affirmation and your partner's own is gifting and all that. And what I always say is, it's okay to be different, it's okay to want different things, but somewhere along the line there must be compromise. So when both of you are stubborn, that's another example I just brought in now. When both of you are stubborn, nobody wants to compromise, everybody is claiming rights, nobody wants to shift ground. That is another way for you to know that you're not compatible. So back to my other point now. So your partner is not even willing to shift ground. He's not willing to show you how much he loves you in your own way. So no matter what he does, you don't see. Okay, sometimes it's good for him to just shift ground. It's good for your partner to just shift ground to show you that he cares. But because he's not willing to, he's very stubborn, he just wants you to believe that this is just the way he's showing his own love, so you must accept it. In that relationship, you will be hurt, no matter how you look at it. So it clearly shows that you guys are not compatible. And lastly, when you feel that something is missing in your relationship, every time you just know it, there's what we call intuition. When your intuition, when you have an intuition, most times it is correct if you're the type that knows how to listen to yourself. So every time you feel that something is missing in your relationship, believe me, something is missing in your relationship. It clearly shows that you guys are not compatible. So for you that have been in that relationship, you're not sure. Okay, I hope these few signs that I have listed will be able to give you more clarity, because I want you to know, if you're in a relationship that you guys are not compatible, you will feel hurt every time. Okay, you will not be happy. It's not a healthy relationship. Okay, so even in the dating stage, this is something that you need to look out for. Be very sure that you're compatible, that you share the same interests, that you see a future together. Not that you're in you marry somebody, traditional man, he say he's not traveling abroad, and your whole dream is to go abroad. Then you are now with somebody that says, I don't ever want to go abroad, I want to be in Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian man, or wherever you are. Okay, that is a clear example. You're not compatible, you don't see the future together. So why are you wasting your time? Especially the dating phase, ask important questions so that you don't end up wasting your time with not a bad person, but the wrong person for you. Let's put it that way. So guys, I hope you learned a thing or two. If you have not subscribed to this channel, tap on your subscribe button and also give this video a like and share with your friends, share with your loved ones, somebody that needs to hear this message. Also drop your comments in the comment section. I want to be reading from you guys. Okay, so I'll see you guys soon, but for now I have to go. So bye bye.